Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins from the Black Financial Channel. So I thought that I would give you guys a quick update on what's going to happen in the stock market tomorrow. Today is the 27th, and tomorrow's the 28th. Tomorrow's a Wednesday. And I'm going to give you guys some updates on what's going on. First of all, you can expect rain in the forecast. Tomorrow's not expected to be a good day for the market. We're kind of in, dark times right now, largely because the people in Washington, the clowns that we have in Washington, are not able to come up with a deal on the stimulus package. And that is in the middle of massive amounts of confusion about the election, right as the number of coronavirus cases is starting to increase. So the stock market is feeling the effects of this. And so what I'm going to do is kind of go through and break down, some of what's happening right now. By the way, if you're watching right now, I hope you can take a second and please hit the thumbs up button, hit the thumbs up, share, and subscribe button. And by the way, if you want to get free information from the Black Business School, you can not only learn to buy your first share of stock for free, but you can also get on our email list and get free stuff from us by going to firstshareofstock.com. And you can get text updates. Text the word Boyce, text Boyce to 31996. Hey, what's going on? Eddie Johnson and Victorious K and Tiffany Sullivan and Your Real and Cha-Ching. I just want to say hi to you guys. Should we buy tomorrow? I'm not going to tell you what to do. This is not investment advice, but I will tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go shopping. A company that I really like right now is Microsoft. The reason I like Microsoft a lot is because Microsoft just made a shit ton of money. Excuse my French. They just announced their earnings report. I think that I could have sworn they said that they made 39 billion in revenue this past quarter. And I think out of that 39 billion in revenue, maybe 13 or 14 billion of that 39 billion was profit. I mean, that's insane. I mean, $13 billion in money that you did not have, just extra cash flow that you get to just pass out to your investors. So I'm going to start digging deeper into Microsoft. Microsoft's going to be one of my long-term investments, and the reason I like Microsoft is because here's the deal, right? Right now, Microsoft is being hit unfairly. It's being unfairly penalized by all the other companies that are getting their butts kicked right now. It's kind of like if you're on a football team and one of the guys does something stupid and then the whole team gets suspended, even the good kids. Well, right now, all the stocks are getting in trouble, even the good stocks, even the companies that are strong. So Microsoft comes out with this amazing earnings announcement. It exceeds all expectations, which is exactly the formula for a stock price pop. And it doesn't happen. It actually fizzled. It actually went down. And what happens is there's this thing called beta, and beta measures how you move relative to the market, right? So think of it like a wave going through water. When a big tidal wave comes through, imagine if you have a bunch of kids in the water, and each kid represents a stock, right? So you got the 6-year-old who weighs like, I don't know, 80 pounds. You've got the 14-year-old who weighs 150 pounds. And then you got the big fat kid who's like 20, or the big fat guy who's 28 years old and he weighs 350 pounds, and the wave comes through. Well, different kids are going to react differently to the wave. The little kid's going to go flying, but the big fat kid is going to sit still. Well, Microsoft was kind of the big fat kid in the sense that he was hit. It was hit by the wave, right? When the market kind of went south and everything got ugly, the Microsoft took a dip right after their earnings announcement, but their dip was not as big as everything else, and that's because their earnings announcement was so strong. So I believe that when the dust settles and the world, comes back to its senses, I believe Microsoft is going to do well. And I just think, generally speaking, I like companies that have good, strong management teams that know how to pivot, know how to adjust, to the times. And Microsoft is in that category. So that's the company I'm thinking about a lot right now. And so that's what it is. So anyway, yeah, Jessica agrees with me. Jessica says Microsoft holds pretty much every day to business tools as well. Pretty solid. Yes. Is beta a multiplier? Kind of a multiplier or an accelerator, Shannon, depending on how you want to look at it. It's just kind of this thing that says, how do you move relative to the market? That's what it is. Kelly, so sell everything now. I'm not big on selling. I'm a long-term investor, and that's important too. I heard a guy talking about Warren Buffett, and he was making fun of Buffett, and he was one of these young traders. I think they call him the warrior trader, and he's gotten a lot of people invested in the stock market, because of COVID and everybody's bored, and he's a attracted those gambling addicts who couldn't bet on sports, so now they were betting on stocks. And he was making fun of Warren Buffett, like, look, Warren said don't buy the airlines. Well, I bought the airlines, and look, American Airlines is up and JetBlue is up, right? And he's kind of like making fun of Warren Buffett, but he doesn't understand one fundamental thing. And I'm going to do a video about this at some point. He doesn't understand there's a difference between an investor and a trader. The investors and traders are not the same. An investor is somebody who plants a seed and lets that seed grow. A trader is somebody who's just kind of in it for the quick fix. It's like the difference between somebody who, falls in love with a woman, makes love to her, makes a baby, and raises the baby to the age of 18, versus somebody who just wants to go to the strip club and find some cheap sex, right? Those are two different people, and so the reality is that a trader is not an investor. So, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. I'm just going to say that I'm a trader. Excuse me, scratch that. I said trader. Oops, that was a mistake. I'm an investor. I do trade sometimes. Sometimes I'll do that, but I'm not looking for the quick hit. I'm not looking for the fast money. I want the slow money. I'm not looking for the short-term money. I want the long-term money. So that's how I think about investing. And that's actually what I feel comfortable talking to you guys about, because traders will only tell you when they're right. They'll never tell you when they're wrong. They always want to pretend like everything they do is perfect, and that's just not true. So anyway, by the way, on the screen, you can see the Black Financial Channel. You can follow on Instagram. It's a really good Instagram page. We put lots of good content up there. And also, don't forget, you can text the word voice to 31996 and get notifications. Now, let me go through and look at some of my notes here. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me okay. So let me just kind of give you another quick little breakdown in terms of what's happening tomorrow and why the Dow futures are down over 200 points, which is a pretty significant slide. You're probably going to lose some money tomorrow, or you're going to lose some value. You're going to see your numbers drop. So if it bothers you, you may not want to look at your portfolio. You may just want to, look away or something. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But basically, it's the coronavirus thing. I mean, it's like the virus thing is hitting right when Congress can't make a deal. The Democrats are mad because Amy Coney Barrett was nominated to the Supreme Court. So they want to hold off on getting anything done until after the election. And it's going to be a contested election. And Trump just, made the Supreme Court 6-3 conservative. So, what I predict now, I told you guys, I've always predicted that Biden's going to win. I believe Biden's going to win the election just because that's what the polls seem to say. I think Trump is desperate and struggling and everything else. Who knows? Maybe that's why he made the offer on Ice Cube's platinum, or sorry, it's not Ice Cube's platinum plan. Ice Cube has a contract with Black America, but Trump has the platinum plan. I think all that's desperation. I don't think they're going to win. But here's what's going to happen, in my opinion. Because the court is conservative, I believe that you're going to see Trump contesting the election in the court and maybe trying to push something to the Supreme Court about which ballots are going to be allowed and all this other stuff. And that's just going to make it messy. Uncertainty is bad for the market. Uncertainty is never good for a stock market. So just know that uncertainty it is going to hurt your pockets a little bit. But if you can hold your breath and kind of wait, kind of hold your breath through all the funk that's going to truly emerge, I believe there's the gold at the end of the rainbow, the light at the end of the tunnel is when that vaccine gets distributed to millions of people. And then eventually the dust will settle and we will know who the president is. So a lot of these uncertainties, in my opinion, are very temporary. These are not long-term problems. This is like catching a cold. This is not HIV. Right, those are two different things. And so I personally think these are buying opportunities. I think that as this craziness happens, remember, people get rich during uncertain times. People that pivot, that make moves, do well when there's chaos. Like China, for example, made billions of dollars during the pandemic. They gained lots of territory during the pandemic. They gained lots of geopolitical power during the pandemic. So don't sit there and get scared. Just kind of, adjust. Okay, let's see. Sounds like an opportunity for us starting late and investing in the markets. Hey, Derek, you know what? I'm going to tell you, brother. There is no such thing as starting late, man. There's no such thing as starting late. I mean, think about it, man. Like, imagine if this were like, instead of it being 2020, imagine if it were like 1980, 40 years ago. There were people in 1980 who were like, gosh, I should have started investing in 1970 and I wasted my time. Now I'm getting started late, and I'm 45 years old. And, like, no, like 1980 is early compared to 2020. 2020 is early compared to 2060. So I just kind of want you to really, like, forgive yourself for any mistakes you've made. Don't worry about that. But what you do is you make sure you don't make more mistakes, right? You don't want to waste more time. Can I buy Carnival now for the long run, Tahoe? Well, I'll tell you, I own Carnival. I own a lot of it, but I'm not telling you to buy it. But I will say I own Carnival because that's a good recovery stock. I think that company is going to do well when it's all about that vaccine. When that vaccine comes out, that's when things will get better. All right, so do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the thumbs up, share, and subscribe button. And I'm talking to you guys via audio because I'm literally laying next to Alicia, and I'm not gonna. I gotta, I can't be like Mister like always talking to you guys. Like I need to spend time with my woman. So, but I wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on in the market. But I'm gonna hit a couple more things here before we get done. So COVID is really, causing a lot of the problems that we're seeing right now. Earnings season so far has been pretty strong, especially for tech companies. One of the bright spots, actually, economically though, is they said that this whole second wave thing is not affecting the entire world the same. It's not affecting the entire world the same. There are some places around the world that are actually doing quite well right now. They said Asian markets are doing great right now, doing great, and and that's something that remember, you can invest and put money in China. Like if you go into Stash or whatever, like you can buy into a mutual fund that will invest you in Chinese stocks. And the Chinese, they're just better than the Americans, I think, at making money and stuff like that during the pandemic. Singapore's doing really well. Singapore, they're just a clean country. Like they get mad at you for spitting on the street. So they handle the pandemic really well. Also, there's a lot of South Korea has been picked as a great place to invest, and there are funds out there that invest in all these places. So you don't have to go buy a stock in South Korea. You can just look for funds, mutual funds that invest in South Korea or Hong Kong or Thailand and things like that. Or if you're a long-term investor, you can just go for some of the cheap stocks that are out there right now. So don't think that the whole world is kind of going down right now. But what is happening is in the U.S. and Europe, you're definitely seeing new lockdowns. You're going to see slower economic activity. You're going to see declines in consumer spending, consumer confidence. All these things are harmful. But my conspiracy theory, honestly, is like after the election's over and Biden's in office, which I believe that's who's going to win. I think the Biden team, their next goal and the Democrats' goal will be to reinstate consumer confidence so that they can have like a great Christmas season. Remember, Black Friday's coming, Christmas is coming. Like that's their big opportunity for a big comeback. And I don't think they want consumers going into Christmas scared to spend money. But then, maybe I'm going to be wrong. I don't know. I'd be stunned, but I just don't think that's the case. And I'll tell you, when I saw all those Republicans catch the virus and I didn't see one of them die, that to me was an element of truth that I think is inconsistent with what you've seen in the media, because they tend to focus on the deaths and anybody who, so I think that this is something that they can control. And when they stop talking about it in the media, it's going to change the confidence level of the public, which is going to increase spending. And there's always an economy somewhere. It just moves around based on what's happening in the world. Am I going to get the vaccine? Asked Jody. No, I'm not getting vaccinated. You know what I'm gonna do? I talked to a brother named Nathaniel, who goes by the name the Minister of Health, and my brother he said, this is his words. Don't y'all get mad at me now. He said that he thinks COVID is a glorified cold. He said that the reason that we die from it more than everybody else is because we eat crappy food, and we tend to have the high blood pressure, the diabetes, and the heart disease. And then on top of that, you get corporate America mass marketing obesity as body positivity, and everybody thinks that's okay. Well, it's not okay. So yeah. So what do? I take care of my immune system. I get plenty of sleep. Alicia drags my chubby ass outside and we go running. I try to eat better foods. I grew up on the slave food like a lot of y'all did. I grew up eating too much sugar, too much grease, too much everything, and I'm still trying to break that addiction. But you got to always try to do better. And I would not be your friend if I was not trying to encourage you to do better. Because I'm encouraging myself to do better. Shit, I ain't perfect. None of us are perfect, but you should be striving for something better than what you are now. Anybody who tells you you're perfect just the way you are is not your friend. Do you get it? Do you follow me? You're gonna get tough love on this channel. You're not gonna get no false validation. I don't do that. All right. So anyway, Don't forget to subscribe to financialjuneteenth.tv.com. The URL's right there. Every Monday, we support Black-owned businesses by having Life's a Pitch. It's our Black business pitch competition. I hope you guys will come check it out. It's really good. If you have a Black business, you can apply to, to submit your pitch. It's great. Thousands of dollars of free advertising, number one. But then also the community comes together. We support our own businesses, and we, go to the business and buy things from them, and to, give them critiques on their business model and everything else. So it's really, really good. So subscribe to financialjuneteenth.tv.com. Also text the word voice to 31996. I'll send you guys text messages periodically. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to spend some time with my woman. I will be around tomorrow, during different times of the day. If you want a free e-copy of my book, It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar, you can just sign up at allblackeconomics.com. That's allblackeconomics.com. And also, if you follow the Black Financial Channel on Instagram or theblackfinancialchannel.com, you can actually see all the updates that I'll do. I'll just talk about the market all day long as things happen. So thank you guys for hanging out. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Please share this video, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Love you. Peace.